it's very important that you position your heaters properly so that you can survive winter. Because, like in many other similar game, you're gonna have to deal with winter. For example, Frostpunk. If you guys play Frostpunk, you will see that you need to prepare yourself for winter. Because if you pass winter, then you will have an easier time to progress during spring and summer and fall. So I'm gonna show you how I put my heaters. So right now I am at tier 1 and this is the highest heater that I have, the heating stove. Now if you don't have the heating stove unlocked, this tutorial may not be relevant for you. But if you have Campfire, you can do the same thing with Campfire. The only difference is that the radius will be smaller, and the other difference is that you cannot automate the refueling. Technically, because with this heater, you can automate refueling with fire tender, as I'm showing you right now. So here I have fire tender. So these guys are gonna get fuel, and then they're gonna go manually automate the fuel inside the heater. So that's the reason why if you can get to tier 1 with this heating stove, it's a good thing. But if you don't, it's okay, because when you start the game, you're not gonna put heaters everywhere like that, depending where you have your workers. As you can see, I have workers pretty much everywhere on my main island. So this is my main island, and in order for them to be productive, I need to have heaters like pretty much everywhere where they work in order for them to be productive. And this is important because if you don't heat the farmland, this is what you're gonna get, like these snowflake over here icon, meaning that your people are not gonna work in this location even if you have farmland over there. So meaning that your crops will not grow during winter and you're not gonna be efficient. And this is important if you want to have your mats over here. You see, in order to keep getting mats and be able to pay your tax. Right now, how much do I have? I have 66. Ooh, wow! I did not even know. So, wow. Well, guys, I've been playing this game for like a week and something, so I had time to gradually progress, at my pace. I don't use any mods. I don't use any cheats. I just play the way as it is intended. That's the reason why I make tutorials so that you can get to where I am right now. So that's why I have 66K of profit, but that's because I am being productive, and the reason why I'm being productive is because I'm able to heat my islands 24/7 every single year. So if one winter you do not heat it properly, your production will go down, and if your production go down, so you don't make your profit in order to pay your taxes. And as you can see over here, I have heaters pretty much places where people are working. So right now, for instance, I have earthworks. So if you want your people at earthworks to be efficient, then you need to heat the location, like I just did over here. Also, you want to have heaters in your central warehouse, as you can see over here. So this is my central warehouse. You got your cafe, and don't forget people who are at the cafe, like this individual, they need to be heated as well, otherwise they can die. So you got to make sure you put heaters a little bit everywhere. As you can see, this heater is on the second floor. So over here, if I press H, as you can see, the heater, I put it on the second floor. So it's very simple. Just take your heater over here, come like this, and press F. So you can, well, it's actually on the third floor. Is it the second? No, third floor. Third layer, actually. I don't want to say, well, third floor. Yeah, there we go. So this is where it is. And the reason I did that is because I had no more place, and I did it above my fire tender building. So don't forget, you can put your heaters like above buildings, so you don't have to put it on the ground per se. Okay, please. So if you have heat, they will work at the speed they need to work. But if they have this icon over here, this freezing icon, so if you go to them, see this one over here. So if you look, the freezing icon, reduce movement speed by 10, remove work speed by 10. So that's very important to understand because they will be less efficient during winter because of that chilly, debuff. So in order to avoid that, you need to heat your surroundings. So right now he is in a cave, and let me see, where is he? Oh, he's working in the mine. So see one thing I forgot to mention is people who work in the mine who are being unproductive, like this person, usually I don't make them work in the mine during winter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the little glass over here, like the spyglass, and I'm going to see where she's working, and she's working over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove her from there. Why? Because I don't want her to go downstairs. She's going downstairs right now, and the more she goes downstairs, there's no heat over there. And because there's no heat, she's going to chill, she's going to freeze, and she may even die. Right? So I don't want her to go down and work there. So when you see a chili icon like that, so you want to click the person, you want to click the mining camp, and you want to remove them from the mining camp. Well, this is my suggestion, unless you can heat it, but I do have some heat over here. So I do have some heat over here, right? But the problem is that the heater is 2 floor above, I believe. Let me double check. No, it's 4 floor above. So I have a heater right here, but it's 4 floors above. And there is a hole that heats like a certain area, but not every area. So if your miners are working in an area that is not heated, they will have the chili, debuff, and they could die eventually. But that's usually when it's like -10, -15, -25. So yeah, so right now right now it's 0 degrees, so it's not too shabby. So you can still allow them to work at a slower speed. But the thing is that I prefer to use them elsewhere during wintertime because they will be productive somewhere else. So I'm gonna take this guy over here, right? See, is he AFK? No, he's walking up. Okay. So here I'm gonna click the camp over here, the little spyglass, and I'm gonna remove it here. There you go. So now I need to double check for other people who have the chili debuff, and let me see what they're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go down over here. Pretty much every miners, I would say. Wait, let me go down, 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 down. All right, there you go. Click the camp and remove them. Who else do I have? What about this guy? Click the camp, remove them. Ooh, is that gold? Wait, what's that again? Oh, it's rock salt. Well, I'm still gonna, do this. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's still some over here, some over here, some over here. So whenever you see these nodes, you wanna mine them later, like during summer specifically, so that that's the reason why you see that I have so much mats. Because every time I mine, I always double check, like in other layers, if there are any nodes that will, be beneficial for my miners to mine. So instead of just mining, whatever. Going back to the heating issue, so I'm going to click this guy here. So this guy is on a sign, so he's leaving. What about this guy here? He's on a sign, so he's leaving. I need them to leave because right now, oh, this one is assigned to a camp. I'll remove her. Or what you can do instead, you can go over here and you go to the mining camp and you remove everybody from the mining camps. There you go. Simple as that. There you go. You just do that. This is like the shortcut technically to go faster. Now I'm gonna say, so if I remove everybody from the mining camps, what are they gonna do? I got 43 people that just gonna AFK. Where first of all, they can build. They can build. So I have a lot of buildings, right? So if you look around my base, I have a lot of stuff to build. Over here, I have tons of warehouses. As you can see that I'm building, and the good news that right now we have patch 11. So in patch 11, you will be able to have large warehouse that will accommodate more space. I think it's 937 in space. I think the other one is 2,500 something. Let me double check. A giant warehouse will accommodate 2,584 space, which is super insane. So let me double check. In the research, where do you get these warehouses? So tier 2 you get the large warehouse, and tier 3 you get the giant warehouse. Okay, well I'm not there yet, so I will later eventually. Anyway, so yeah, so they can build, or what I usually do is I assign them somewhere else. So basically I can assign them to make fuel. Over here are the sifting towers. So if you need more people to work over here, it's a good thing. And over here, see, I need miners, and here I'm using an engineer. So let me see if I can use a miner instead. But wait, first I need someone who can't smell. So see, she has can't smell. So you want to have people who can't smell. I'll be honest with you, because it will remove it will negate the negative thoughts. Technically, you will get the debuff, but it will negate the negative thoughts. This is the reason why I have a lot of approval, because you want to make sure that you don't have too much negative thoughts from everything in the surroundings, specifically the pollution in the sifting tower or the charcoal furnaces. Yeah, there you go. So every facility that produces pollution will eventually give negative thoughts. So it's very important to try to, mitigate the amount of negative thoughts that you get by trying to put people with a proper trade if you can. Of course, if you can put a miner, it's better. A miner that can't smell is like 100% way better, but it's RNG. So I do have a lot of miners, but not everybody have can't smell. My pitch. No, I don't have any more can't smell trade with any miners. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this guy over here. I'm going to leave this explorer with the can't smell trait inside of my sifting tower, despite the fact he's not a miner, because I want to make sure that I don't get the negative thoughts, right? Which is, to me personally, it's more productive because I get the approval. And if you have the approval, you can buy more whiskers and you can do pretty much everything in this game to progress. Also, you want to make sure you heat all your facilities. So if your facility are heated, that's very good. Same thing dealing with the smokery. As you can see, I have a heater, but the heater is actually on the 5th floor. Let me double check. So if I go over here with this guy and I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, he's at 4th floor above. Like I said, you can put it like 3 floor down, like 2 floor down, but the more it is higher, the less pollution will be redirected downstairs. Now, I still have a lot of pollution, which I have no choice, unfortunately, because I need to heat my facilities, but it's better than nothing. Again, you can put it up or you can put it on the ground if you want to, but if you put it on the ground, the pollution will be more severe. Now, if you look on the left here, so here I have some farming towels, as you can see, and I have a heater that is heating on the 2nd floor, as you can see, in order for my people to work over here. When you get to minus 25, which happened to me not too long ago, all this area over here will disappear. So your farmers will stop working in this area, meaning that you need to have more heaters. So I will put a new heater over here, which gonna be somewhere around here, I would say, like here, right about here. But then I can't because I have to delete a farm tile, this one over here. Then I'm gonna put this guy over here. There you go. Wait, where is it? Right here. I'm gonna put it like this. This one, I'm going to leave it on the ground. Well, should I? Let me double check. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to leave it on the ground because if you put the heater on the ground, you're going to have a larger radius. So when it's minus 25 degrees or minus 20 degrees, the radius will be shorter, but because you have multiple heaters next to each other, it will compensate for that. So if you put the heater on the ground, the radius will be wider. So if you put it on the 2nd layer floor, then it's going to be a shorter radius. So when it's minus 25 degrees, trust me when I say this, you're going to have less radius for the heating. So that's why I'm going to put it on the ground for this guy. I'll put it on high priority, and there you go. But I'm going to show you when I get to around the end of winter, you will see that the radius will be way shorter. And what it means is that there's going to be less productivity around. Which is part of the game, by the way, and I love this challenge. I don't mind because, as you can see, all the mass that I have, I am being extremely efficient. And because I am being very efficient and because I'm thinking in advance, because I'm thinking in advance, I know that when the time comes, when it becomes minus 25, I'm not going to suffer that much. I will suffer eventually, which is part of the game. So that's why you have to be proactive in this sense. So here, I have another heater over here. I have other heaters right here. As you can see, this little spot here is not being heated, but it's not the end of the world because this spot is for cherries. It's for berries. Berries, I do need it, but I don't need it as much. Why? Because I have tons of fish. So if you look over here, I have 300 and I have 300 fish, 700 smoked fish. I have mushrooms. So mushrooms allow me to make mushroom stew. So berry stew, I do make it, but like I said, when it's like minus 25 degrees, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to see if I need another heater at this location because, like I said, the radius will be smaller and I may need another heater in this location. But for now, I'm not going to do it because I don't need it. And this is the entire 2nd island. As you can see, the entire place is fully heated. Wait, 1 second. So there you go. Now you're going to say, how do you manage to fuel all of them? Well, how do I manage? You got to make sure you have the fuel. And to get the fuel, you need to have, the workers. So that's the reason why you need to have the approval to hire workers so that the workers can work in the facility that you need them to in order to produce whatever you need to produce. So that's why the approval is everything. If you can hire whiskers for your production, then you're good. If you don't have enough approval, then you will be in deep trouble to provide workers in a specific, workplace so that you can get what you need, right? So that's why here I have 3 workers in the sifting tower. This one is a farmer, but at least he has can smell. The can smell is more important than the guild, I would say, because like I said, if you want the approval, if you don't want them to have negative thoughts, that's what you need. So you need can smell over here in these facilities that produce pollution, right? You also have this one over here, this engineer. This one does not have can smell, but what do I need? Miner. So I'm going to give a miner instead. I'm going to give a miner to be more productive, but I'm going to get debuff. So this one, this engineer is going to get mild pollution, negative thoughts, but same thing with a miner without the can't smell trait. So whether it's a miner or an engineer, you're going to get it because they don't have the can't smell trait, right? So I'd rather put a miner instead of an engineer to get that little extra productivity in the sifting tower so I get more fuel. So you can do that too. So I'm going to click over here in the middle and I'm going to click the miner and I'm going to click anybody, which let me double check. I'm going to take diligent. This worker work very hard. I'm going to take this guy. There you go. This is a miner. That's very good. Let me double check this guy. So here I have, ooh, what? Oh, wait. Okay, he has can smell, leaving it there. Can smell, leaving it there. This one is an engineer. Okay, I don't have any more apprentice miner with can smell, that's for sure. So yeah, so let me double check if um yeah, I don't have any well, no, I don't have any can smell anyway, so that's yeah, guys, I don't have any more apprentice with can't smell available. So can't smell weakness, sifting tower taken already. So there you go. I don't have any. So I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. What about this one? Nobody. So I only have two buildings with 6 workers total in order to produce my fuel for my second island. As for my first island, if you come back over here, right, so if you come back over here, this is my first island. All right, I'm gonna show you. So this is my first island over here, right? So if I come back down over here, you will see I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I have 6 workers for fuel production. What about this guy? Oh, I have nobody here. I could put more people because I have more sifting tower, as you can see. But I think that 6 workers works perfectly well for the for the productivity that I need. As you can see, I have almost 1,000 fuel with just these 2 guys over here, right? The other thing, if you haven't watched my previous video, is you can also set destination to a hopper. So I'm gonna show you the hopper. So this is kind of like some sort of multiple hoppers that I did with multiple conveyor belt that goes to multiple warehouses. And I make sure that I reject everything except the fuel. So if you go down here, I only allow fuel so that nothing gets in there because my space is limited to 377 resources. So if I put anything else in there, I will be out of place to put the fuel, which is why if you look carefully here, I got my set the destination to these 3 over here. This set the destination to these 3 over here. So if you look over here, my goods, my fuel will go to this one over here, right? So I have 10 fuel only, but that's because my other place is already being filled. And if you look at the bottom here, I got 49 fuel, and somebody put smoke meat in there for some reason, and that's one of the issue. You don't want to put anything else but fuel if you are, putting a destination to the conveyor belt just for fuel. Trust me, because when you get to tier 1, you're going to need a lot of fuel, and you want to make sure that the fuel is nearby so that people can take the fuel and then provide it to other facility where needed. Same thing with this guy. I have 162 fuel, which is beautiful. So basically, when this warehouse fills up, my whiskers from these 2 facilities will provide the fuel in this hopper because this hopper is the secondary warehouse. That will be able to that they will be able to use to fill up. With fuel. And then when the second one is filled up, they're gonna go with the third one. And if I have no more place for the third one, which I don't think that will happen, but if it does, I have a fourth one over here. And this one, I'm going to reject all, and I'm going to allow only fuel, because if you don't do this, people are going to come by and you're going to put things that you don't need unless you want your workers to put something else over here. Don't forget that you can put also a elevator. As you can see, I have elevator on both sides of the buildings, the warehouse, and I have multiple warehouses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 warehouses. Now you're gonna say, why did I do that? Well, like I said, we don't have a splitter right now, so I have no choice to put hoppers with multiple conveyor belt that goes to different warehouses. And also because, as you can see, 1,000 fuel, that's a lot, and I need at least one warehouse with at least 350 something resources capacity, which is why I took the medium warehouse, which gives you 377. So I have 3 of them ready, so which is pretty fine. But just in case I need more, then I will go with the fourth one. But then I would need to do another hopper over here, which I already done, and I would have to do another conveyor belt that goes all the way up to the fourth warehouse. Now, of course, you're going to say, why don't I use the other warehouses? Well, that's because the patch just came out recently, and I did not get the schematic for the large warehouse, which I will, of course, eventually once I study tier 2 over here. So once I study this, I will go for large warehouse, which will kind of like alleviate me the needs to do like multiple warehouses like this. But again, it's in progress, right? You got to make sure that when they come back, that the path that they're taking is heated as well, because if you don't heat the path that they're taking, they're going to be slower to get back home, and if they are slower, then they don't get to bath, they don't get to eat, they don't get to sleep, and you're going to lose in approval. So that's why it's important to heat up the path. It's important to heat up where they work. It's important to heat up the bath as well, because when they bath, well, they're more happy, I guess. It's important to heat up the cafe. Cafe needs to be heat up. All of your cafe needs to be heat up. I have one over here. No, that's not a cafe. I have one. I have one over here. As you can see, this guy is in the cafe, and he's pretty happy because he has some heats. And it's important to have them, like comfortable with their heat so that they don't die technically. And when people come down, like as you can see, I have a glider over here. So when they glide down, they will be able to get to the cafe faster. They will be able to get to the shower or the bath faster, and they will be able to go back home faster. And I have some houses over here. I have some houses on the ground. As you can see, I have a lot of houses over here on the ground. I have a lot of houses on the ground on the other island as well. So I have two islands, two undergrounds, multiple houses, and if you go even lower, I'm actually building another place over here for more houses. So see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. You need to think in advance. You have to think further. So when you do that, you can anticipate what's coming at you. So basically, if you need more houses on your second island, I'm just gonna click house, and I'm gonna click what they need. Let me see, can I put this one? No. Ah, boy, I need to. Yeah, I would need to. I will need to destroy everything here. See, because I did this over here, but this is for single houses. So if I try to put like, let me see, where are the one? What about this one? Oh, this one works. Nice. But if I am to put like stone row house, it's not gonna work. Why? Because I need to mine the above floor. I need to mine the above floor, but do I want to do that or do I just want to use stone block house? So let me double check how much plank I have. This plank. What about cut stone? Yeah, cut stone. Yeah, this is yeah. Okay, I can put some more. It's okay. I'll do it. So one, two. How many cut stone does it get? 21. That's 42. Um, like this and like this, and that's it. Don't forget, it costs 21 cut stone, and I only have 129, as you can see. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay as I progress. The other thing is, don't forget to disable the heaters that you don't need to save in fuel. Now, oh, I forgot, you also have bonfire. Sorry about that. So over here you have organized heating for bonfire. Bonfire is good as well when you start, but the bonfire you can have up to six. I think it's six. You can have up to six fuel in there, and but the fuel burns faster in the bonfire. If you can get the heating stove, you can get up to eight fuel, and it takes longer for the fuel to burn. So that's why the heating stove is really like a big upgrade if you can get it. Now you're gonna ask, how many fire tenders do I need? Over here on my first island, I have. Let me double check. I have one, two, three, four. Five. I have five. So I have five fire tender facility for a total of 10 workers on my first island for the amount of heats that I have on my first island. Now you're going to say, why did I pick 10? Well, it's kind of like a trials and error thing. So I did like test it and see if how much I would need to fuel everything that I have. So it depends how many heaters you're using. So if you're using just like five heaters, you don't need five fire tenders facility. No, because I have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I think I have like just on this island around 20 heaters. So that's the reason why I have more fire tenders. And if you want to know if you have too many fire tenders, you're going to click your fire tenders. And if you see anybody who is AFK over here not working, it means you have too many fire tenders. So just remove it or disable the facility. That's how I do it. But as you can see, all my fire tenders, they're all working right now. It means that I need them all. So if I remove somebody, I'm not so sure I would be able to provide the fuel for all my heaters. All right. That's how I figure it out. Same thing with my second island. Second island, I have less heaters, but nonetheless, I still need enough fire tender. So if you come over here, where is my fire tender? I think I put them over here. One, two, three, four. I have four of them, but two of them are working right now. Okay. I could put more. Like, be honest with you, like I could put more because like I have 37 people not doing anything, so I could put more, but I only needed two for a total of six workers on my second island. And my second island, I think I have around one, two, three, four, five, around 10. I think I have around 10 heaters, right? So I need like less fire tenders facility to take care of them. But still, since you have 37 people not doing anything, then you might as well make them work in something, right? So that's pretty much how I deal with winter right now. And as you can see, my productivity is high. And as you can see, I am at day 180. And I'm making, as you can see here, I'm making 66,000 worth of profit because I'm being efficient and because I'm being proactive. You have to think in advance. Where are your whisker working? Where do they walk most often? Like where is your cafe? Where is your batting dock? Where is your shower? Where is your, everything. So the most important, it would be the central warehouse, I would say. Every place where they need to go eat, to go bath, and then to go to sleep. You want to make sure you have heat over there so they get to do what they do faster. Same thing if you have a third island, a fourth island, or a fifth island. So you got to do the same thing and rinse and repeat. Simple as that. The other thing, if you haven't watched one of my video on how to heat up a cavern, so if you go back down here, so as you can see over here, this is my place where I do mushroom. All right, I'm going to show you my mushroom. This is where I do my mushroom. So this for winter is one of the most important places to always keep heated, because if you don't do that, you get no mushroom. And I know that you get a lot of fishes. I know that you get a lot of fish and you get a lot of smoked meat. But the thing is, you want to diversify your food, and I need the mushroom for mushroom stew. And for those who don't know, mushroom stew gives a big freaking buff. So if you look over here, mushroom stew will give you 10 movement speed, 10 work speed, and 1 carry. And it also gives you a 3 quality stars, which is insane. So the mushroom is a must 24/7. All right. So listen to me carefully here. You want to make sure that it is heated. As you can see, I do have some heat on both sides over here. Now, the mushroom that I'm cultivating is only on this side. I can do more on this side if I want to, but I'm not. Why? Because I think I have enough mushroom. But if I see by the end of winter I'm like getting out of mushroom, then I will cultivate more mushroom, to anticipate that, to counter the lack of mushroom. But the thing is, you need to make sure that it is heated. So as you can see here, this is heated. This is heated, so I can put mushroom over here, and it will be fine. You would need to put farmers, of course. And how I heat them up, so look carefully here, I have a stair. So for those who didn't watch my past video on how to heat the underground cave, I'm going to put a link in the description so you can watch that video. But if you look over here, if you go 2 floors up, 1, 2, I have a heater right here and I have a hole. So when you go down the hole, it heats up the entire area over here. Right, so that's why my mushrooms are growing all the time 24/7, and I get what I need, for the winter. So if you go up 2 floor, 1, 2, I have another heater over here, right? So you're gonna mine like a 9 square hole. You're gonna go back down 9 square hole or more, then go down, and you gotta make sure that. And when you go down like this, you can see that the heat, which is 2 floors above, is also heating the floor under. Now, don't forget that when it becomes minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, the radius will be smaller. Same thing over here. The radius will be way smaller. And then your farmer are going to work only on tiles that is heated. So when it's minus 25, which is around the end of winter, you're going to be like, oh my God, I only have like this spot for mushroom cultivation. Well, that's part of the game, guys. That is part of the game. So, but guys, let me tell you something. Do you see how much mass that I have? Do you see how much mass that I have? Like by the end of winter, I will have plenty of food to survive the last 2 days. Trust me. It's been like this forever because I anticipate what's coming. You always need to think in advance. That's all. So same thing. If let's say you want to heat up this area over here because when it's minus 15, 25 degrees, you know that this spot is going to disappear. This heating over here is going to disappear. Then how to anticipate that? You go 2 floor up. You create a hole over here and you make another heater, meaning when you go back down and when it's minus 25 degrees, you're going to get more heat for the entire area. That's how you win this game. You think about it, guys. Very, very simple. Same thing with any other underground place. You just need to do the same thing. Simple as that. Another thing here I forgot to mention, if you want to be more efficient when you're mining, if you look over here, I have a conveyor belt inside the mining. So make sure you have a hopper. Make sure that you whitelist the stone and the ore only. And then people who are mining in this vicinity, they will transport it over here, which will then go outside, which will then go inside a warehouse that you need to put, of course. And as you can see, I have some stone going inside. There you go, and it's going in. There you go. So you have to be efficient that way. So right now, as you can see, I have 64 capacity out of 377, and I have all my ore. Now, when this place gets filled up, I'm just going to destroy this conveyor belt, and I will extend this belt all the way to my other conveyor belt. So I have another belt waiting for them. Make sure you go to logistic, reject all. Well, yeah, I'm going to reject all and only allow stone and only allow ore. It's very important. If you don't do this, your whisker is going to bring other stuff that you may not need. So if you need another warehouse in order to put some stones and ore, then you got to make sure it's empty, right? Which is why I put reject all and I only allow stones in whatever ore it is. Same thing with this guy, logistic, reject all, stone in all the ore for the miners. Now, you don't have to do this, but you can allow everything else you want, but I'm just saying it is more efficient that way, so that when you need another warehouse, then you just have to extend your conveyor belt into the next warehouse and so on until we have a splitter. We don't have a splitter in this game, so that's the best way that I found to, remedy to this situation. So yeah, guys, that's how I do for the heating. Always double check people who are freezing. So now I'm going to double check those who are freezing. Who's freezing over there? What is this guy? Why is he freezing? Okay, what the heck? Okay, let me double check this guy. What is he doing? This guy. Oh, he's stuck? He is stuck. Oh no, he's not stuck. Sorry about that. No, it's the end of the shift. But he has no assignment, so he is going home. Okay, that's fine. If you see no assignment, that is good. I thought he was stuck, but no, it's because it's the end of the shift and there's some sort of delay, when they kind of like pause for a second when it's the end of the shift. So now I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna see this guy. What is this? Why is he freezing? Wait, is he assigned? Not assigned. Okay, that's fine. Who else do I have? This guy. Whoop, this guy over here. He's not assigned. That's perfect. That's perfect. There we go. Now you see, everybody will be okay. So now when they go home, everything is heat up. Everybody's happy. Look at that. Look at the heating. Look at their body temperature. Look at that. Yeah. Feels good, right? Feels good. I'm my little whisker. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. There. Oh, whoa. What is going on, bro? Why? No, this is not good. This one, what is going on with you? Okay, because he was okay. The thing is that he was freezing for a long period of time, and there was no heat in his way back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy, and I'm gonna put him. Let me see. I'm gonna put him right away in the heating area. Here we go. Now, there you go. There you go. You happy now? Are you happy? Yes, I am very happy. Thank you so much, DJ Dragon, for caring about us. Oh, you're no problem. I love you guys. You guys are doing a good job, and I'm very satisfied with the speed you're working. Oh, that's because you're being proactive, and that's because you're putting heaters at the right place. We are so thankful for your help. Thank you so much, DJ Dragon. Oh, you're welcome. You don't have to mention it. I'm very happy to assist you guys. All right, guys. Woo! Yeah, that was kind of weird, but anyway. So I hope that this video helps you to understand better how to heat. And again, listen to me carefully, guys. I am like late game. Like right now, I have a lot of heaters because I can afford it. But the reason why I can afford to have a lot of heaters is because I can afford to have the fuel. The reason I can afford the fuel is because I have the mats. So you need to have coal. You need to have your workers. You get workers because you get the approval. You get the approval because people are happy. So it is up to you to figure out what makes them happy. So you get your approval, so that you get the whiskers to work for you, so that you can get whatever you need to get, which in this situation, coal, in order to get fuel. So once you get the fuel, you can get all the heaters you want in order to heat your beautiful village or kingdom or city, whatever you want to call it. All right, guys. So it's all about thinking in advance what needs to be done in order to get what needs to be done. I don't know if that makes sense. If I don't know if that was philosophic, but that's what it is. I'm gonna fast forward this and see what is my approval at the end of the day. There you go. 3.1k. There you go. 100%. So as you can see here, mushroom stew. If you can do mushroom stew, you're gonna get a lot of approval from that. So mushroom is super important. The housing as well. Culinary delight. That's very good. Rejoicing about unexpected high food quality. There we go. So yeah, the higher quality food you have, which is the mushroom stew in this situation, the more approval you get. So see, is there the early to bed? So if they get to sleep, you get more approval. If they get to go to a cafe, more approval. If they get to eat smoked fish, some of them are very happy. Cold shower. Is it cold shower? Oh, it is? Took a cleansing cold shower. Okay, so there you go. So the shower makes them happy. Bath makes them happy. Decoration makes them happy. All that together will give you a lot of approval. So that's how you beat the game. That's how you are strategic about it. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers. 181. There you go. Another thing I forgot to mention, guys, if you don't know what to do with your 37 whiskers for winter, like I said, you can make them work in other facility. You can put them anywhere else, like a logistic hub. As you can see, I have logistic hub over here. So I have logistic hub and there's nobody in the logistic hub. So I'm going to put people in the logistic hub. If you have people with Swift, it's even better. Let me double check. Okay, I don't have anybody with Swift. So what I'm going to take instead, I have warm core. So I'm going to take someone with warm core. That's it. No more warm core. So I'm going to just put anybody. But I think I'm going to take strong shoulder because they can carry +2 carry capacity. That is good as well. Let me see. Do I need more? Oh, here. See, I need more over here. All right, so here you can take pretty much anyone you want. Compassionate, slow. You don't want people with slow. That's the anyone with slow. Don't take them. Oh, I have strong shoulder over here. There you go. I'm gonna take this guy. All right, optimist. All right, I'm gonna take this guy over here. When you don't know what to do with these workers, just put them in the logistic hub. Make sure you have more logistic hub because you need people to haul things around. That's very important. So, and that's it, guys. Another thing as well, if you have if you don't know where to put them in other places. Like see over here. Oh, there you go. There's nobody over here. So I can put people over here. I can put people over here. People over here. Over here. See, I have a lot of empty places. I did not even check. That's it, guys. So that's how you manage your base in order to be more efficient. So you remove them from the mining and then you put them in the farm or whichever you can put them in. Even if it's not their guild, but still, it's better to put them somewhere to do something, to not do anything at all. So yeah, that's how I do my things, and that's why I'm efficient, and that's the reason why I am doing 67k of profit right now, because I am being efficient, and you can do the same thing if you just, think in advance. That's all there is. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Cheers.